Well, good evening, everyone. It's a bit flat down here in the rooms, in the Telstra locker room, I should say, this evening after a really tough game where the boys were up by 13 at the half, 16 at three-quarter, but Collingwood win the game by kicking 3 goals in the last half, which is most unusual. So Jack Redden's been good enough to join us, Jack, and that's a tough game, mate. But credit to them, they hung in a lot longer than I thought they might.
Yeah, they did, mate. I thought we played pretty well in those first 3 quarters, and they probably won the arm wrestle in the last quarter, and we didn't start poorly in the last quarter, but they just ran over us eventually.
And that's the thing too, Jack, is that we might have lost, but there's a lot of positives to come out of that. We didn't play poorly, so you move to the next week, Melbourne in Alice Springs, a bit of a challenge, and then the Kangaroos back here, so we're still very much alive.
Absolutely. I think we're equal second, and a lot of upside. Let this one slip, but 6 games remaining, and every game's a challenge these days, so we're going to have to be on our game, and 9-day break is nice, and we'll recharge and get into it. And
Cripper looks pretty sore. They lost more early, so that probably gave us some advantage, but then they covered with Mycheck going back. Cripper looks a bit sore, mate, so have you heard much about it?
Haven't heard too much, mate. I think it's the groin region,
okay.
But yeah, he's so good for us, and that run he gives us, we could have done with that in the last half, and he's going to be a big out. Not sure of the severity of it, but we'll wait and see. And
Jaymie Graham, our forwards coach, has been good enough to join us. And JG, look, I said to Jackie Redden before, it's not doom and gloom. We didn't play poorly. No. They were just better in that last 30 minutes. They were very strong.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, losing does hurt, but they're a good team and obviously equal with us on points. So it was always going to be a tough night. It's a great first half, bit of a shootout, which we probably didn't want, but we were efficient going forward, as were they. But unfortunately, that last quarter, we just couldn't get in our half, and they owned field position, and just ground out a good, solid win for them, and disappointing for us. But we move on to Melbourne next week.
In Alice Springs, just a quirky little stat. I mean, not many teams win a game by kicking 3 goals in a second half.
No, that's right. So. It just shows how tight a game it was. Yeah.
Next week, that's the positive thing. I said to Jack before, our boys play Sunday. The Waffle boys play Sunday, so there's a few lads there pushing up. Cripper's obviously pretty sore. Some of the other boys might be as well, but there's some strong talent coming through.
Yeah, obviously we'll have to wait and see how Cripper pulls up, but Petchelli's back from his hamstring injury. I'm not too sure about Hutchie, where he's at, but we've also got Matty Allen, who's in good form. So. Yeah, there's a couple of boys there in form, and there could be potentially a place next week, depending on how Cripper pulls up.
Another strong positive, Nick's performance once more, and I thought Hick battled really well. I mean, playing Grundy, who's probably the best ruckman, I thought they both performed very well. Yeah,
it's great just to see Nick putting some games together, and Hick's been playing his part as well, but Grundy's a pretty good ruckman, and stays out there all game and come up against our 2 boys. So credit to him, but really rapt to see Nick back playing footy and stringing some games together and getting his confidence back.
Jaymie Graham, thank you very much for your time, mate. Appreciate it. And good luck in Alice Springs. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaymie Graham there. And look, it is a bit flat here, but we look forward to Melbourne in Alice Springs. And the week after, we'll probably see you after the North Melbourne game. Good night.